All right, day 2. Today we're going to be starting Milpitas, and starting off with a small breakfast. Got a banana from the hotel, but we're over here at Main Street Bagels. Just going to give them a shot. Everything bagel with lox cream cheese. Super good. That's a Thai iced tea they serve here. Also pretty fantastic. Bagels are on point. Crunchy outside. Nice chewy center. Cream cheese is pretty good too. The weather today is unexpectedly clear. I spent some time reading and then decided to hop on public transit to head back downtown. But first, I needed to grab some lunch. And I know just the place. Breakfast was amazing. Best bagel, everything bagel I've ever had so far. Maybe one day I'll make it out to New York to challenge that particular bagel, but nice, crisp outside, chewy inside. Definitely better than what I'm used to up north. Headed to lunch now, still in Milpitas. Going to another place by recommendation called Starbird. Fried chicken place. Supposed to have a chicken sandwich there, I guess, that rivals Popeyes, which is my favorite. So we're gonna test that theory. Just wanted to get set up here, move away from people so I can at least talk into my camera and also not disturb people and, social distance. So we've got our sandwiches here. A sandwich, and I got some of these Thai chicken tender, as it was advertised. Looks really good. It's a good sesame seed and cilantro, and this looks like sweet chili sauce. We're gonna give it a shot. That was a high class chicken tender. There was an option to make it spicy. I should have taken that option. It's not spicy at all, but very tasty. My palate, I just put some fresh Thai chilies over the top. It'd be perfect. So good. Wash it down with my Diet Coke. Seems redundant at this point, but healthy decisions, one decision at a time, I guess. All right, let's dig out the Nashville hot. We use these torta rolls, which are kind of little more airy, like Italian roll, if you're not familiar with them. But I can see, just if you look in there, you can see there's lots of spice in there, so hopefully it's nice and hot, just like I like it. It's got this yogurt ranch sauce. It's kind of skeptical about it, but it's actually nice. It's very subtle. The chicken itself, it's pretty standard, the other piece, but tasting, it's got that nice cayenne, but it just like builds up. So I think like by the time I get halfway through the sandwich, it's gonna be nice and hot. Batter's still craggly, like you like in a fried chicken, but not very thick. So it's almost like they're just for texture, the chicken sandwich texture you're looking for. But a lot of big piece of chicken in there, and yeah, really starting to build up the heat. I could stand for it to be a little hotter, but for an average palate, that's probably gonna be hot to most people. But there is an option in the store to actually fire it up, I guess is what they call it, which is just to make it extra spicy. But eating in any place new, especially if they're offering Asian options, As much as I'm a chili head, I always like to watch out for something when they say, oh, this might be spicy. It probably is spicy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. How does it rival my favorite chicken sandwich? It's different. I still think that Popeye squeezes out a little bit ahead just because of the price point. This chicken sandwich is around $9, $10. It was almost double the price of Popeye's chicken sandwich. But for that price point, it tastes a little, just a little extra fancier. So if you're looking to, not just get like, scratch that itch of chicken sandwich, but you're wanting to maybe put down on a lunch, that's definitely the way to go. I'd recommend it. Drought and dry conditions were responsible for several wildfires in the summers of 2020 and 2021 that spanned the Santa Clara Valley up into Mount Shasta, California. The impacts of these events can be seen everywhere you go in San Jose, including the Japanese Friendship Garden. This park was built in 1965 as a symbol of everlasting friendship between San Jose and its sister city, Okayama, Japan, and is patterned after the world-famous Korakuen Garden in Okayama. The park is free to the public, though you may have to pay for parking. As you stroll through the park, you can see active conservation efforts, and several of the pools are now empty and dry, and their famous koi pond is now reduced into a small shaded area in the park. Even with these conservation efforts, the garden is kept very beautiful, and if you're in town, I do recommend you take some time to see it. Singing birds, running water, green grass, things you wouldn't expect to see in an area that is affected by water scarcity and drought. Everywhere you go around San Jose, you see warning signs just asking people to conserve water, to protect the environment. I think the best way to experience the city is to go on foot, take public transit, see a place that looks good, go in there, eat, experience it as you would a local. Talk to the locals, see where they eat, what do they suggest, find the ma and pop places. Those are the places that could really outline the unique taste of the area. Personally, I'm excited that this area here ends up being just kind of a secret hub for food culture and just amazing Asian food. I think the scope of this town is that we may have to come back. We may have to come revisit this place because there's so much to eat, so much to experience. What a unique town. After a long day of exploring, it's time again to find something to eat. My spouse and I picked a random place we found called Byzing Hunan Fusion, where we started off with cumin lamb and spicy duck hot pot. These two dishes are not for anyone who doesn't love spicy food, let me tell you. Watch this, there's a lot of bones. I'm gonna pick through them.
I noticed that too.
They're very spicy.
Like a cumin lamb is just a smack in the face.
It's so good though. It's like a good snack in the face.
It's this type of Asian food in general that helps you understand why typically they'll have every meal with rice. You have this really concentrated flavor something, and you just the rice ends up being that filler because there's so much flavor like in this Cuban lamb. You can take a little nugget here, and then just like have a huge little chunk of rice, and it just all
It really helps.
tastes.
You like spicy?
It's very good.
No, I love this. It's just like, oh, what I miss.
That's shumai pork dumplings. Those are huge. Such a good meal.
Oh yeah.
I think this is like the best kept secret.
Yeah.
All right, so time to go home. Had breakfast, hung out with some friends, and last meal before we bounce out of here, we decided on getting some Smashburger since it's pretty local. I think we're gonna get just their classic burger and this fancy double truffle mushroom Swiss, just to get a baseline and see what they got. Probably gonna get their smash tots since that sounds interesting. Yeah, we're gonna check it out. All right, so there's the double mushroom Swiss truffle burger and just the classic.
The classic, the double classic.
And then we got smashed fries and smashed tots, or basically fries and tots tossed in olive oil and rosemary. That way we get a baseline with a regular burger. And then we got one of their fancy ones, which probably is going to be good, to be honest. A little more expensive than we're used to paying for kind of a burger, but we're kind of gauging on a $10 burger wrap.
That's a California Smashburger. Look at that.
Tots are tots. Yep. Tots but fancy. Probably fries but fancy.